Now, I said in the fight, we don't know how to crash, we don't know how to torn retina, and we don't know how the weight cut is going to affect his performance. It all affected his performance. But Terence Crawford was amazing, right? So, you know, Terence Crawford is an unbelievable fighter. It actually pisses me off that Terence Crawford is not a superstar. Because I see him get up on that stage and rap to Mr. Carter. And I thought, you're a fucking cool son of a gun. And then I watched the documentary about how his mum used to pay people $10 to fight him and try and beat him up. Yeah. And I'm like, how is this story not been, how am I only seeing this now? This guy is a two-division undisputed champion, one of the best fighters of our generation. And you know what? He could walk down the street in America, in New York, in LA. No one would have a clue who he is.
His mom might be like the hidden gem of a trainer. She should be in these guys' corners.
At the end of the day, right, it's a story, isn't it? It's narrative. That's compelling. Seeing that makes me want to follow the journey. Why have we not seen this? You know, why has Terence Crawford not been promoted in a way where he is an American superstar? Because he should be. Because he has the ability to be. He's a good role model, you know.
Yeah. Well, what do you put it down to? How?
Bad promotion. And also he talks about, they told me I've got to leave Omaha, I've got to move to New York or LA and I'll be more in the public. And he said no. But they never took enough shows to Omaha. They did it a couple of times. It was wild when it happened. But, you know, it's all said and done now. So.
Sounds like you still might be in the Crawford sweepstakes a little bit.
I'm sure he's expensive, but I would love to sell the story. That's all. Like, you know, whether I can provide the right finances for him. But I'd fucking promote the life out of him. He'd be a superstar if he was with me, tell you, because I'd be telling that story to everybody.
Those are the words of Eddie Hearn as he states that Terence Crawford should be a superstar, and if he was with him, he would be a superstar. Let me counterpunch. I agree with Eddie 50% on the part he said about him being or should be a superstar. Listen, Terence Crawford is a boxer's diehard superstar. He is. He's a boxer's diehard superstar. Is he Canelo? No. Is he Floyd? No. But he is known from all the boxing hardcores. And really what he's done, he's put a huge dent, a huge piercing, a huge tear into the casual society. And that casual world, they look at certain fighters just big fighters. Well, this was a big fight that happened. It was the biggest fight in the welterweight division in the last 40 years. So they had no idea and they had no choice but to see who Terence Crawford was, because people knew who Errol Spence was, right? And Errol Spence was pretty much known because he was with Al Heyman and he was known from Floyd, Money Mayweather, and then he fought Mikey Garcia, right? So yeah, he got a lot of recognition bit by bit, okay? Now, could he make Terence Crawford a superstar? Now, he didn't say that, but he kind of, implied that he could. But let me remind you guys of something about Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn said that he doesn't and couldn't do anything with Terence Crawford about 2 or 3 years ago. If you guys can remember, it was back maybe 2020, right? And he was saying, well, hey, I don't have any fighters for him. I can't do nothing for him over here. If you guys can remember, okay? I have a long memory span when it comes to that. And he said that he couldn't. So now that he's done this, now that he's done that, he may have guys coming at him, but then who could he have him fight? Because he couldn't have him fight Canelo. And he said he really wouldn't want to go up to 168. He probably would for the right money. But, Terence Crawford at 168 is like a foreign concept. It's foreign. That concept is like, okay, yeah, he's 147. You want him to go to 168 just because he's great? Nah. He could, do some Sugar Ray Robinson shit, but, I don't know if that's the right thing to do, honestly. The story. I agree with Eddie Hearn. People should know his story. And I do agree with Eddie Hearn. He was promoted badly. I've been saying that shit for the last 5 years. Terence Crawford has not been promoted the way he should. People need to understand and define what the definition of a promoter is. A promoter is to promote. They're supposed to promote their fighter. They're supposed to talk about the ins, the outs, the abilities, the attributes. You know what I mean? Everything involved in that fighter, it's their job. Their job ain't to be an American lawyer and sit there and oh, I take 30% and you take the rest. And no. A real true promoter is supposed to show and promote. Okay? Expand. Okay? Their fighter. Exploit. Expose their fighter. Bob Arum didn't do that. But Bob Arum did. He demoted his fighter. You know why Terence Crawford, you know why he went through so much shit? Is because he signed the right type of deal with the wrong type of promotional company with the wrong type of promoter. The deal was great for him because it provided money and provided that the finances for his family. He bought all his family houses. They're up. They're good. The Crawfords are good. And Bob Arum, because of his lack of promotional prowess, he had to give Terence Crawford abiding to the contract. So he was the only one pissing and moaning. So while he was pissing and moaning at the same time, he was putting down Terence Crawford as a fighter. You know, he's a beautiful fighter, just people though, he doesn't sell tickets. We'll make him sell tickets, Bob. If you can't do it, let him do or go somewhere else that they can. A lot of people argued that he should have went to Al Heyman because he could have got the fights that he wanted, but I think it's a little different than that. I think, you know, honestly, guys at the PBC, their pay rate and their finances were always kind of sketchy. So, you know, I don't think that that was necessarily a good idea. But then again, where was he really going to go? Golden Boy? You know what I mean? Because what did Golden Boy, like, okay, what did they do with Jaime Munguia? He's still undefeated to this day, but has he got a big fight? No. Virgil Ortiz is sick or whatever's going on with him, but has he really got a big fight? No. You know what I mean? The only person with Golden Boy that had a good fight or a big fight, which is Ryan Garcia. Canelo Alvarez was over there, and he left there. So there is a lot to really consider when you're dealing with the choices that Terence Crawford could have made. But Eddie Hearn's right. I think he would have took another approach to Terence Crawford. And by any circumstances, he would not put down or complain or piss and moan about how much money he's paying Terence Crawford based on the ticket sales. Who the fuck does that? Okay? So I do think this. I think Eddie Hearn would have been a better promoter than Bob Arum. Absolutely. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn stating that Terence Crawford is not a superstar because of bad promotion. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.